Cool Figure TV. Revolutionary salute. Revolutionary salute. Like, share, subscribe. Welcome to the House of Revolution. You know I'm your humble host, the Yao Ming of Revolution, and Jay-Z say he know not of no Diddy. Who is the man? Before we get into that, be sure to wipe your feet. That means hit the like button. Like, share, subscribe, support the platform, y'all. Well, Jay-Z is too smart for his own good. Oh, he's such a genius. He's 30 steps ahead of us mere mortals. Oh, really? Well, why is Jay-Z getting a bunch of backlash? A lot of people say they was with you, Jigga. Until you stabbed P Diddy in the back when we all know that was your good buddy and your mentor. Now you barely know him?
He's upset. He's upset that somebody would be allowed to do this. They would make a mockery of the system like this. He's upset that this distracts and dissuades real victims from coming forward. He's upset that his kids and his family have to deal with this. He's upset, and he should be upset.
Will Mr. Carter say anything more specifically about Mr. Combs? He didn't really address him in his statement, but anything since outlets and internet speculation have tried to affiliate him, he didn't really, in his statement, specifically say anything about any of the allegations.
I mean, Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs. They knew each other professionally for a number of years, just like in all professions. People know each other. At the music awards, they support each other. If you go to the NBA All-Star game, they support each other. That's just how professions work. There is no closer association between any of them. That's also a matter of fiction. That's all that there is. He doesn't know anything about the charges or allegations against him. He has nothing to do with that case.
Early in the morning.
What's going on, the people? It's your boy Cam Topical Juice, and we are back with another Jay-Z expose. As you can see from the title, Jay-Z must think we are stupid, guys. Jay-Z, this clown, must think we are low IQ dons, guys. Seriously, he's mugging us off. Jay-Z has come out via his lawyer, who is crooked, right? Absolute crook. He has come out and denied ever being friends with Diddy. This guy must think we are stupid, guys. Do you know the internet is undefeated? There's always a digital footprint. There is always breadcrumbs. You have been friends with Diddy since the 90s, you goof. Do you think we're just going to be like, actually, yeah, he must be telling the truth, right? Now, just because this 13-year-old girl who accused him of raping her back in 2000 is looking a bit unreliable, and I said that when I first spoke about it, I wasn't really sure about this one. Usually I believe victims, but I wasn't sure on this one. I take people on a case-by-case basis, and it was looking a bit fishy, right? But just because this one claim is unreliable, do not let that fool you into thinking Jay-Z is innocent. That guy is guilty as sin of numerous crimes. And in this video, we're going to expose Jay-Z and go through the timeline of his relationship with Diddy. They have been besties, brothers, like seriously brothers. In fact, Jay-Z is the only person, and Diddy's mum is the only person that can call Puffy Sean. That sounds like brotherhood to me. For Jay-Z to come out via his lawyer and start capping like they were just business relationship, it's just professional. Shut up. The proof is in the pudding. You are a liar. So anyway, we're going to expose Jay-Z and his crooked lawyer for just numerous lies. Okay, so sit back, relax. I'd really appreciate if you like the video for me, push it out to the wider audience. Thank you to everyone that watched and supported my Beyonce video, by the way. It's been doing really, really well, and I've got a lot of subscribers off the back of it. I appreciate you joining the journey. I hope you stay for the journey. Please consider pressing subscribe if you're new or you like my content. Press the bell to be notified. And last week's video on Patreon, in the link below, was all about Freemasonry, exposing the dark truth about Freemasons. You're really going to want to click that link and join the community, all right? So I played a clip at the start of this video, right? And that was Jay-Z's pathetic lawyer passing on a message from Jay-Z. And he basically is distancing himself from the whole Diddy stuff. This is very common practice in the industry. When someone goes down for something, you naturally want to disassociate yourself. This is no different to that. However, the big difference is Jay-Z has actually come out and said that they weren't really friends like that. It was just professional relationship. Brother, you must think we are slow. You must think we are neurologically challenged. No. Yeah, no, we are high IQ dons. If you are watching Topical Juice, it means you are a high IQ don, right? He must think we're stupid. He came out and said, this is what it is. It was just a professional relationship. They supported each other professionally. You know, they were in the industry together, so they supported each other. Let's dissect that first. That's not how this works. Every single corporation I've ever worked for, yeah, do you think I have lunch with my colleagues? Do you think I meet them outside of work? No. I go to work, I work with them, and if I like them and become friends with them, yeah, I'll meet them outside of work. But if we're just professional, if it's just a professional relationship, I don't even have lunch with my colleagues. I want to get away from them. What, you think just because you're in a professional environment, you support each other? Hell no. Most professional environments are toxic. You know, dog eat dog. You know, you climb up the ladder and you kick the person below you, especially in the music industry, guys. You have to remember, Jay-Z and Diddy, they were business owners. Diddy founded Bad Boy in 93, I believe. Jay-Z with Dame Dash founded Rockefeller in 94. They are opposition. The fact that they weren't beefing or there wasn't a conflict, it shows that they've been mutually respectful for years. Not only that, we know Jay-Z wanted to be the king of New York. We know Jay-Z was happy when Biggie passed. We know Diddy was happy when Biggie passed because he got all his masters. Biggie was worth more to Diddy dead than he was alive. So we know that they both benefited from the passing of Biggie. So they've been friends here for decades. And we're going to go through the timeline because this lawyer ain't fooling nobody. He starts talking about, oh yeah, people are making a mockery of the legal system. The only person making a mockery of the legal system is you. As you can see on your screen, inside Jay-Z and Diddy's close friendship, a timeline of their decades-long bond, legal troubles, and more. So their relationship actually started in the 90s, as we said. It says here, before the duo went on to build their respective musical empires, their first collaboration was born out of a tragic incident following the death of their mutual friend, Christopher Notorious B.I.G. Wallace, aka Biggie Smalls. Their 97 collaboration on Jay-Z's second album, My Lifetime Volume 1, and later in 99 for Combs' single, Do You Like It? Do You Want It? Marked the beginning of their friendship. How funny is that? Both of them capitalizing on their friend Biggie's death. As I mentioned earlier, we know they benefited from the death of Biggie because Biggie was the king of New York musically and Jay-Z wanted that title and Diddy wanted the money. So we can see that they collaborated in the 90s. If that was all their relationship was, and they weren't really seen together after that, I would agree. That's just a professional relationship. They made a couple songs together back in the 90s. They're not friends. But we can clearly see up until recently, up until Diddy got indicted, that they've been supporting each other like bloodline brothers. You feel me? Jay-Z met his now wife Beyonce in the early 2000s. By the way, this is cap. I don't know why people don't do their research, right? I've proven in my last few videos, Jay-Z met Beyonce in 97. Fact. It came out of his own mouth. These articles have got to do more research in terms of actually getting the nitty gritty. But anyway, the couple wasn't first linked together in 2001. No, it wasn't. It was before that. After being spotted together at several Hollywood events, including those hosted by Diddy. They then collaborated on their 2003 track, Bonnie and Clyde. But as the couple's relationship continued to remain strong, after branching out of Destiny's Child, Beyonce teamed up with Jay-Z's close friend Diddy in 2003 for their song Summertime. So we can see from the early 2000s, right, Diddy was hosting those parties, especially Freak-Offs. He's been hosting Freak-Offs since his Howard days, since his college days, right? So Jay-Z was seen partying at Diddy's parties in the early noughties, and Beyonce was there. Okay, Beyonce was always around. She even collaborated with Diddy on their song Summertime. Do you think, again, that was business? That was hooked up by Jay-Z. It even says here, decades after their first collaboration together, Beyonce maintained a close bond with Diddy and even attended his 50th birthday bash in 2019 and also shared a social media post to celebrate him. Reports have also suggested that Jay-Z and Beyonce were regular attendees at Diddy's famous parties, even released their new music at his events. It's not alleged. We can see in numerous pictures, multiple pictures, Jay-Z and Diddy have been seen at Diddy's parties. This is a fact. It can't be disputed. There is hundreds of pictures of Jay-Z and Diddy together at Diddy's parties, but not just Diddy's parties. Diddy attended every single Rock Nation party, every single Rock Nation brunch, every single one until Jay-Z cancelled it this year. Why do you think he cancelled his world famous Rock Nation brunch? Think about it. All the scrutiny on Diddy, and out of nowhere, Jay-Z cancels his Rock Nation brunch this year for the first time ever. Come on. It's because he knew deep down the heat was always going to come down on him. What about in 2005, Jay-Z and Diddy's joint charity work? After becoming the biggest names in rap history, Jay-Z and Diddy teamed up for a joint cause in 2005 as they donated $1 million to the Hurricane Katrina Fund. Both rappers expressed how they wanted to stand together for their community in times of suffering. And speaking to AFP, Diddy said, "We are all descendants from each other's families. When you hear black people say brothers and sisters, it's really true. These are all people that I know I'm related to somehow, some way. The human race family." Oh yeah, just two colleagues have joined together to donate $1 million for a charity when they met in the 90s. So that would suggest that they've been colleagues for about what? 8 years at this point? 9 years? 10 years at this point? And they're still going strong and they're doing charities together. Oh yeah, that's just what work colleagues do. 2007, Screamfest Music Festival performance in August 07. This is 17 years ago, guys. 17 years ago. Jay-Z and Diddy teamed up for a performance at the touring hip-hop festival Screamfest with other headliners including 50 Cent and T.I. The event recently came under the limelight following Diddy's arrest due to the notorious behavior on stage at the time. A resurfaced clip from the festival performance showcases Diddy aggressively spanking Jay-Z twice on the ass. The incident was also brought up by Diddy's longtime rival 50 Cent, who posted the video in a now deleted social media post, and he said, "Diddy in the back, patting on ninjas' butts. Nah, I ain't with it. I ain't ever been with it." Is that what you do to your work colleagues? Now, we know you're hands-on. We know you like to assert yourselves. But if the rumors are to be believed, which I believe they are, and we know Jay-Z is bi, many people in the industry have confirmed that Jay-Z is bi. Yeah, DJ Khaled is bi. Rick Ross is bi. They're all seen together. Diddy is bi. Jay-Z is a cuckold. He watches Beyonce get effed by men. This has been confirmed by Jonathan Hay, a industry publicist, Hollywood publicist. This has been confirmed. DJ Khaled was openly with his boyfriend in Miami years ago. So we know all these people that Jay-Z's been seen with numerous times are bi, which is fine. I don't care what you are. I don't care what you identify with and what way you swing. But when you're lying, telling the world you're married to Beyonce, which you are, and you don't attend parties, you're not into free costs, my brother, you like watching Beyonce get dug out by random men. You're not slick. We know what Hollywood is. It's full of satanic, Masonic, sex magic rituals, and you are the leader of that. Jay-Z and Beyonce even have a famous Oscars party. What do you think they do at these Oscars party? Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're not actors, they're musicians. Why are they hosting Oscars parties? All it is to mingle and celebrate all their cronyism and their camaraderie. Yeah, thank you, Jay-Z, for helping me get an Oscar with your connections and industry executive pool and friends. You know what I'm saying? After a photo of Diddy and Jay-Z chatting up during his birthday party was showcased at the Rock and Roll of Hip Hop exhibition, Diddy opened up about his friendship with fellow rapper and said, "That was at one of my birthday parties, and I was just telling him I appreciate him coming." He added he was on tour and he flew in private after one of his shows just to come to that party. Oh yeah, that's what colleagues do. Then he had to fly back out. I was just telling him how much I appreciated it and how much I value our friendship. People see us as competitors and different icons in hip-hop game, but that was just a moment of two black brothers telling each other how much they appreciate each other. So Diddy is just talking about how close they are and how much they are brothers, and explained that Jay-Z flew in for one night. Jay-Z flew in for one night after a show. Donnie ain't slept. Jay-Z loves him so much he didn't even sleep. Immediately after performing a show, he takes a private jet to Diddy's party. And then immediately after the party's done, he flies out again. Oh yeah, that's what you do if you're not friends with someone, innit? If you're just colleagues with someone and you support each other, that's what you do. This lawyer, this absolute fake ass crook of a lawyer is disgusting. How dare you insult our intelligence? How dare you gaslight us into thinking that they're not friends? You are scum. I found this very interesting. A particularly telling moment from that interview is also the comment made by Diddy's then girlfriend, Kim Porter, who said, "We call that picture a secret society. All we ask is trust." What an interesting way to describe a friendship between Diddy and Jay-Z. We call that picture a secret society. Now, we know the secret society she's talking about. They are part of the Boule Freemason Society.
Diddy and Ross was the good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I know you may or may not. I know you're going to believe me. You have what's called the Illuminati. How do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
You know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
Right? That man, what's he called? The male sex worker who was in free cuffs after shooting up Trump Tower, he already exposed them. He already exposed them for being part of the Boule. Now, I have to make it clear. I exposed this in my Freemason video on Patreon. Not every Freemason is aware of all of this. Like anything, there's levels to this. The lowest level Freemasons are completely ignorant to what the higher levels are doing, like any organization. You think if I was working for Google as a small-time technician, you think I know what the CEO's doing? You think I know what the COO's doing? You think I know what the CFO's doing? Of course not. There's levels to this. The same way, the lowest level of Freemasonry, all they do is meet every like few months, right? They have dinners and they have some sort of camaraderie. They do a little charity work and that's it. But the more you go up the rankings, right? Once you get into the red lodges and all this stuff, and once you become a 33-degree Mason, then you start unlocking the real secrets of the world. Albert Pike, one of the most influential and famous Freemasons, exposed this. He wrote an entire book on it. You should be able to see the quote on your screen. Pause it and read it for yourself. You know, Cam does his research. So in 2010, it says they were ruling the music business together because they both appeared on the hip hop rich list, right? And that's what I'm saying. These lot should be rivals, but they're not. They're real close. 2016, Puff Daddy and the Family Bad Boy Reunion Tour. Making a surprise appearance at Puff Daddy's Bad Boy Family Reunion Tour, Jay-Z joined his longtime friend on stage and belted out a performance of Public Service Announcement. While Jay-Z never signed on Diddy's record label, he made an appearance on the tour as a celebration of their close bond. Speaking about the surprise performance, Diddy told the audience, Bad Boy is celebrating 20 years of hits, but this is extended family. Standing beside Jay-Z, he added, whenever I get in trouble, this is the one I call. This is my strategist right here. This is my brother. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at the verbiage. Let's dissect the words. Whenever I get in trouble, this is the man that I call. This is my strategist. What do you think he means by that? I mean, the thing is about Diddy, this is the reason why Diddy got caught and Jay-Z hasn't been caught yet. Because Diddy, he talks too much. Diddy and Jay-Z are nearly equally as powerful, but Jay-Z's a little bit more powerful. He's got more pull. And the reason for that is because Jay-Z, he don't talk. Yeah, Diddy, he got too gassed. Because he's too powerful, he's a black billionaire. He thought he was untouchable. And he's realized now that his words have come back to bite him. Constantly spoken about how Jay-Z is his family. Obviously, Jay-Z has been careful not to say too much, but his actions are telling. Charity work, popping out at his parties, popping out at his concerts. Year after year. This is 2016 we're in now, guys. This is 2016. This is coming up to 20 years of friendship. But no, just work colleagues. Just work colleagues. In the same year, Diddy and Jay-Z were also clicked together having a gala time at the MTV Video Music Awards after party, which saw Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, and Kanye West in attendance. Fast forward to 2020, we've got the Black Billionaires Brunch. The strong friendship between Jay-Z and Diddy was front and center as the duo came together for Rock Nation's Black Billionaire Brunch in 2020. Delivering a speech at the event, Diddy once again expressed appreciation for Jay-Z and their long-standing bond. He said, we're here together and we're going to keep staying together and tighter. I know we ain't talking about his booty because that's loosey-goosey, bruh. Everyone's been up inside Diddy's ass. Whereas Carter agreed. Oh, look, there we go. Carter speaks. United we stand and ain't nothing else. The duo even posed together as the power figures of the hip-hop industry at the festive brunch. Fast forward to 2 years ago in 2022, Jay-Z's tribute to Diddy at the BET Awards. After coming together to honor their boyfriend, DJ Khaled, who they have threesomes with, who received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame after selling his soul like everyone else, 2022 marks another significant moment where Jay-Z and Diddy's close friendship was displayed on the public platform. As Diddy was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award at 2022 BET Awards, Jay-Z paid a special tribute to his pal in a video message. He gushed about Diddy, saying, here's the guy from a neighborhood similar to where we grew up and made it to these unreachable heights. Puff was the first one that came through and made us feel like it was us. Yet another special moment that captured their brotherly bond was reflected in the heartfelt conversation the two hip-hop giants indulged in for a Twitter Spaces event to celebrate what would have been B.I.G.'s 50th birthday after they killed him off, allegedly. Diddy praised Jay for his impactful contribution to the rap industry and thanked him for filling the shoes of Biggie and Tupac after their tragic deaths. Get out of here, man. Guys, they must think we are stupid. They must think we are deluded. Jay-Z coming out saying they were never friends. Forget being friends. You were lovers. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. This video is clear proof that they are brothers. They're brothers in arms and they're lovers. Oh yeah, we're just brothers. We're just brothers while Diddy's pulling on Jay-Z's hair. I pray that Jay-Z doesn't get away with this. Either way, when Jay-Z's dead, I'm sure his legacy will be tarnished when people actually come out, but we want the punishment now when they're alive. But as I said in my video,
like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget that you guys subscribe. Appreciate all y'all. Make sure that y'all like the video after you hit the subscribe button. The reason why his lawyer is getting cooked is because fans are saying his lawyer is a bold-faced liar. You understand what I'm saying? They're on social media saying that Jay-Z's lawyer is a bold-faced liar. Now, I'm going to put this on your screen. And the people who they said were believing, oh, damn, I had it right there, but I lost it. The people who said they were believing Jay-Z's lawyer are now not believing anything his team is saying, because they're saying, bro, you flat out lied about the relationship that he had with Diddy. You flat out said, threw Diddy under the bus and said that they was never friends. So now, social media is cooking this dude. I'm talking about they going in. Matter of fact, let me put up the report right here. Let me make sure I put up this article so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Y'all go check out the article yourself. Let me see you guys. Hold on. I don't know why I keep coming as that. Hold on. Let me make sure I get this up right. All right. Hold on. No, I'm not finna. Hold on one second, you guys. I want to make sure I get this thing right, man. Yeah, so Diddy's lawyers, man, bro. Diddy lawyer done came out here and told the whole world that them dudes ain't cool, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. What we doing, man? What we doing, man? And now everybody's going off on Diddy's lawyer, saying that y'all lying, and that people saying that now they believe that Jay-Z is lying, because why would you lie about your association with Diddy unless you had something to hide? Now, here's my thing right here, right? Jay-Z got a family, bro. Jay-Z got to listen, y'all got to understand one thing. This is why I told y'all, I never take up for these type of cats at all. Diddy, Jay-Z, none of them cats. Because they always going to choose whatever their interest is over you. So whether you think, whatever you want to think, they're always going to choose whatever their interest is over you. Right now, Jay-Z is listening. He has to listen to Beyonce. He has a daughter, or he has kids. He got family members. He got business interests. He ain't trying to lose all that associating himself. If he comes out here and defends Diddy, bro, they're talking about bringing 300 cases against Diddy, bro. Y'all think Jay-Z finna try and stand on that? Hell no. That's how I already knew this was going to happen. That's why I already told y'all this the other day. I said, yo, watch how this whole thing play out, everybody. That's what I told y'all. I said, watch how this whole thing play out. I said, ain't no way in hell that Jay-Z is going to sit up here and roll with Diddy on this. There ain't no way in hell, bro. It's not happening, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Let me make sure. I want to get this thing on the screen. Somebody is acting ignorant right now, like it don't want to come on the screen. This young pick all times right now to act ignorant, like you don't want to load on the screen. Still not trying to load. Talking about, wait a minute. I'm trying to show y'all this doggone trying to show y'all this doggone article thing. There it go. So here it goes right here on y'all screen, man. And y'all can see it right here in plain day. It says Jay-Z's attorney checked by fans after claiming the rapper isn't friends with Diddy. Y'all can go right to the article on hotnewhiphop.com, man. They destroying Jay-Z's lawyer, excuse me, man. You know, I didn't even think people was genuinely going to be upset about this. They genuinely got people upset about this. And somebody says industry friends and real friends are different. Man, them niggas been saying they brothers, nigga. What you talking about? Lied about something you ain't have to lie about.
No industry friends. They've been saying they brothers. You got multiple dudes that's out here saying this stuff about Jay-Z. He been doing this. The dude DeHaven been saying this stuff everywhere he go. A lot of people been saying this stuff about this cat, bro. What is you talking about, bro? Cut it out, man. Diddy and them, they had the brunches together at they own brunches, champagning it up, talking about they brothers, and you the only one that can call me Sean. That's my brother. Only person in the world can call me Sean. Man, get out of here, man. As soon as he get in the jam, you out of there. Get out of here, bro. We don't believe you, brother. So now They all going in on Jay-Z's lawyer, saying that Jay-Z's lawyer, they don't trust nothing he's saying now about none of the other case against Jay-Z, because everybody was running around celebrating like Jay-Z's lawyer had cracked this case and Jay-Z and them had cracked this and they're going to beat this case. Y'all notice that case still ain't been dismissed yet. We on Tuesday, that case still ain't been dismissed. And Tony Busby has not said a word. He's been quiet. We on Tuesday, going on Wednesday tomorrow, and that case still has not been thrown out. Think about that. But Jay-Z's lawyer out here doing pinpoint presentations, all kind of stuff. They ain't even went to court yet. He out here doing all this for the world. They ain't even went to court yet. Right? So I'm just trying to tell y'all what it is. And I told y'all last night, man, ain't nobody letting a girl. Let me tell y'all something about etiquette with men. Bro, when it's men, bro, let me tell you something. If that's not your man's, you're not letting your girl sit like that between you two, man. I'm sorry, man. I understand etiquette. A lot of people on YouTube and social media, they don't understand etiquette, bro. If you don't trust, if I don't trust a person, there ain't no way in hell I'm letting my wife sit in between. My wife sitting on my side. She not sitting in between us. I gotta really have trust for you as a brother for my wife to sit like that in between us, besides you and me. Ain't no way. But see, you guys, I don't think y'all peep stuff like this, because a lot of y'all don't have no etiquette. Y'all don't move like real true men move. You understand what I'm saying? Only real ninjas know what I'm talking about. You feel me? And so, like I said, now they on Jay-Z lawyer's helmet. Jay-Z lawyer came out here, did this whole pinpoint presentation, did all this talking about, oh, no, they wasn't close, wasn't around, blah, blah, all this stuff he was saying. And now it boils down to this. Make it make sense, man. Now they cooking them online. All the people that was backing them up 2 days ago saying, yeah, this girl, she lying, she capping. Now they destroying this dude on the internet because he came out. And listen, Jay-Z had to make a choice. He had to make a choice, bro. Y'all got to understand. I'm going to say it again. When you have a family, when you have people who are financially invested in you, you have to make a choice. So that's why I'm telling y'all, I put everything I love. Diddy's fuming off this shit. Y'all, Pete Hines lawyers ain't even made a comment about this shit yet. Diddy is fuming off this shit, bro. And I'm telling you right now, if you ask me, Diddy is weighing his options, nigga. Diddy is weighing his options, nigga. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. So now you got the whole world online and all of the comments online. That junk went viral last night. The whole world online sitting up here cooking Diddy lawyer or Jay-Z lawyers saying, man, how you gonna come out and say that? Talking about something, yeah, it's like if you met at the All-Star game and y'all just, man, come on, bro. You think you finna, man, listen. And people say, well, what is you supposed to do, Ticket? Man, not say nothing at all. Leave his case alone. I wouldn't have said that, but guess what? You had to do it because Jay-Z, y'all got to understand, everybody talking about Jay-Z a billionaire. Man, them people that cutting his checks worth more money than him. Them people that's cutting his checks. So what you think they're going to make him do? They're going to make you go out, send your lawyer out, and cut all ties with any loose ends that could cause you problems. The problem is now they got to hope that Diddy stand tall and just don't say nothing. If anything was going on, allegedly. Jay-Z's lawyer said they have nothing to do with Diddy. There's nothing going on. And that, you know what I'm saying, they have nothing to do with his case, nothing to do with his investigations. They wasn't friends like that. They was just corporate, you know what I'm saying, contemporaries where they met in business settings and that's it. It was no real friendship, none of that. You know what I mean? Busby got these dudes, and y'all ain't even seen Busby got these people out here all going crazy. Everybody banging on Busby, but Busby ain't got to say nothing. All Busby did was, listen, let me say this to everybody listening to this video. When a lawyer, and I want y'all to think about this, because a lot of people don't have minds. When a lawyer does something, he does something for a reason. Here's what I personally think happened with Tony Busby in that lawsuit. I think what happened is that Tony Busby knowing that he had a special needs girl, right? Knowing that there were inconsistencies in what she was saying versus the date of when it happened, knowing that it probably happened on a different date, right? Knowing that he could probably go in the court of law and use that, what he did was he outsmarted everybody. What did he do? He got ahead of the story. Tony Busby didn't let it go to court and then let it look stupid. What he did was he went out here and he put it out here in the court of public opinion. That's why the people who are smart are catching on. And that's why Jay-Z's lawyer don't came out trying to jump on this thing. He knew he would. All he did was dangle a little bit of cheese out there for him and they bit it. Because now check this out, right? Like I told y'all the other day, what did he prove? For one, he showed the whole world that that girl is special needs. So that's first and foremost. They hammered that. He didn't care about the questions from NBC. He knew NBC was going to ask those questions because he was sitting right there. And they already, when you do interviews like that, they're going to go over some of the stuff they're going to ask you. Most of all the things they're going to ask you. He's not doing an interview. He don't know that they're going to try to go at her like that. He would have immediately said, stop the interview right there. You think he putting her in the interview? He ain't sitting right there. If he didn't like or know what they was doing, he would have said, no, stop the interview. We done. We finished here. No, we ain't answering no more questions. That's not what he did. He let her go through with the interview. Why? Because she's special needs. And Tony Busby probably has something that we ain't even still thinking about. The third person that he's alleging that he left out on purpose. Why didn't he name that third person? Why didn't he put in the lawsuit that this girl is special needs? Because he put it in the public on an interview so y'all could see it visually. Remember how they showed the visual? They showed y'all that the girl, they showed the shadow to show y'all that she was special needs. So when a judge see that, why y'all think the judge ain't already throwing this out? Jay-Z lawyer out here doing all this talking about, hey man, I gotta throw this thing out, man. This needs to be thrown out immediately. He's angry about this. Man, they out here doing pinpoint presentations and shit. When have y'all ever seen that? Normally, you just take it, deal it with you file it in the court, tell them that they need to cancel the lawsuit and move on. That's normally what happens. But that ain't what's going on here. Nope, they going a full out throat, outright, downright, flight to get this canceled. Why? Because they know they want to get this canceled because what did Jay-Z lawyers tell y'all in the lawsuit they filed against Busby? They said that Busby was coming with more victims. Busby been quiet. Y'all don't know if Busby get ready to come out with an Ethan Napalm bomb with more lawsuits. They already told y'all Busby got multiple allegations against this dude from multiple people, even a man. The question is who is the man? Jay-Z's lawyer said that. So they know more smoke coming. Busby ain't said nothing. In the last 4 days, Busby has been quiet as he's been this whole time. And Jay-Z lawyers know he got another lawsuit coming. Because they said in their lawsuit against him that he's bringing forth a slew of accusations against Jay-Z from men and women that were both underage. Come on, man. Allegedly. Right? So to the person who said Busby don't have to show nothing yet, well, he's not showing nothing right now. He's going to show it in court. I mean, he got to show it in court. He already said he's going to fight this case in court. Jay-Z and them, right now, they're doing it in the court of public opinion, but Tony Busby was smart what he did by putting that girl on TV. All he wanted to do was show y'all that she was special needs. He knew they was going to cut her up on her story. He wasn't worried about that because Tony Busby know that in these type of situations, you understand what I'm saying? He know what the deal is. He know that the court will have leniency on this woman because she's special needs. And Tony Busby already know he coming out with more lawsuits against this guy. And he's going to try to pin them together in other situations. Here's the thing. Jay-Z lawyer going to have to figure out when Tony Busby filed these other lawsuits, can I disprove that Jay-Z was in these other places? Nobody thinking about this stuff. These are the things y'all not thinking about. Shout out to the people who sent donations so far. Salute to all of y'all. Cash App and PayPal and Super Chat. Appreciate all of y'all in the building. I'm just telling y'all what the deal is, man. Man, listen, bro. You got to be smart. I told y'all, you can't go against no lawyer who've won $10 billion in litigation. Let me say this again. He didn't win $10 billion in litigation for no reason, man. Didn't I tell y'all everything's bigger in Texas? Man, them dudes out there doing it big down there in Texas, man. Period.
my goodness, y'all. Jay-Z just made, to me, what looks like to be a real bad mistake. And we were just starting to garner support for Jay-Z until he made this very stupid mistake. So it is garnering conversation around, is this dude guilty? Now, I don't believe he's guilty of the allegations concerning the 13-year-old girl, but what is he trying to hide here? Because the recent statement that was made is making him look real suspect. And you guys know how we do it over here. I have 3 acts from you. One being that you like the video, 2, share the video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you go right ahead and subscribe. If you are in fact subscribed, then what I need you to do is enable your bell notification so you don't miss out on a video.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Did Mr. Carter say anything more specifically about Mr. Combs? He didn't really address him in his statement, but anything since outlets and internet speculation have tried to affiliate the two of them, he didn't really, in his statement, specifically say anything about any of the allegations.
I mean, Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs. They knew each other professionally for a number of years, just like in all professions. People know each other. At the music awards, they support each other. If you go to the NBA All-Star game, they support each other. That's just how professions work. There is no closer association between any of them. That's also a matter of fiction. That's all that there is. He doesn't know anything about the charges or allegations against him. He has nothing to do with that case. And there's nothing more to say. Yes.
Rapper Jay-Z in a civil rape lawsuit says he expects the case to be dismissed, pointing to inconsistencies in some of the allegations. Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, and Sean Diddy Combs are both accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000. The woman claims the pair sexually assaulted her as a teen at an after party for the MTV Video Music Awards. In a press conference Monday, Jay-Z's lawyer argued that, first of all, the home where the accuser says the assault took place does not exist. He also pointed to photos placing Carter and Combs at different locations after the VMAs. The accuser still stands by her claims, though she acknowledged other inconsistencies in her original story in an interview. The attorney also made a point to distance his client from Sean Diddy Combs, saying the two know each other in a professional manner, similar to many others in their industry, but that Jay-Z has nothing to do with Diddy's case.
Wait a minute, y'all. Wait 1 minute. What in the entire hell just happened here? Did Jay-Z's lawyer just tell us that him and Sean Combs and Sean Carter is not friends? Did Jay-Z's lawyer just downplay the relationship that the two of these men have, because we know that they are friends? But did Jay-Z's lawyer just try to spin us and tell us that we are not seeing what everybody has saw? If you go Google Jay-Z by himself, you will see hundreds of pictures of him and Diddy. Now, if you Google Diddy and Jay-Z, you'll find thousands. So are you telling me that they just happen to be in the same places at the same time and that they were just supporting each other? Now, there is something very off about this, and I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what else is trying to be swept under the rug, but the fact that Jay-Z's lawyer is lying and playing in our faces makes me wonder, what else is he trying to hide? Now, the statement made by Jay-Z's attorney that him and Combs are just not friends and that they just happen to bump into each other is a damn lie. If you were to even Google Jay-Z and hit images without even adding Puffy's name onto the search, you would find thousands of pictures. Now, if you Google both of their names and search images, you'll find relentless images of those two together. Now, let's get into an interview that Puffy gave back in 2009. That's 2009. Puffy was asked by a reporter if he remembered a photo showing him in a conversation with Sean Carter. Now, Combs explained the actual images that the reporter had saw, but what he also said is that Sean Carter, Jay-Z, had flown in specifically. Now, y'all do know what specifically means, don't ya? He flew in specifically to attend Diddy's parties. Diddy said, although Jay-Z had limited time, he still flew in to attend his party. Now, that is just not supporting someone, but to fly in to a party knowing you only can stay a few minutes. No, they're not friends. They're brothers. And amazingly, brothers is exactly how Diddy explained his relationship with Jay-Z. What Diddy said is that people see him and Jay-Z as competitors and different icons in the hip-hop game. But he also stated that they are just two black brothers trying to tell each other how they appreciate one another. Now, the similarities with Sean and Sean, Diddy and Jay-Z is pretty astonishing. And in all honesty, they are all one in the same. They are just alike. And just learning what Jay-Z's attorney said to try to separate him from his own friend proves exactly that they are, in fact, the exact same person, because people don't like Diddy because they say he's low down, dirty, and conniving. And they say that Jay-Z is actually even worse. And now I'm starting to understand what they meant. But listen to this. Both Jay-Z and Diddy founded record labels. Combs with Bad Boy Records, and of course, Jay-Z has the Rock Nation. Now, we must not forget that they also helped to launch careers of numerous artists. And, we've heard some stories about how, Diddy, was taking the people's money, or he didn't really take the money. He just did not represent them well. And he pretty much made them. Well, I don't know if he made them, but Rihanna did say, or Wright and Riri said that Jay-Z did make her sign that particular contract, but I'm rambling here. So they definitely launched the careers of other individuals, and they also both share similar backstories, both being raised by single mothers. Interestingly, in 1997, following the deletion of their mutual friend, Combs and his protege, Christopher Notorious B.I.G. Wallace, and he goes by the name of Biggie Smalls. Now, Jay-Z and Diddy collaborated on Jay-Z's My Lifetime Volume 1 album and Combs' single, Do You Like It? Do You Want It? Also, it should be noted that Jay-Z shared in 2010 that he had spoken with Biggie, who was best friends with Diddy, just an hour before he was deleted. We must not forget about their philanthropy, because we know Combs and Carter, Combs being Diddy and Carter being Jay-Z, joined forces together in 2005 to jointly present a check for $1 million. Now, this was during a televised telethon for Hurricane Katrina relief. And let's not forget about the 2020 when these two stood right beside each other in a display when they were doing the Rock Nation Billionaire Brunch. We must not forget about that. And this is what was said. We here together and we gonna keep staying together and tighter. Now, this is what Combs said as Jay-Z agreed, united we stand and ain't nothing else. But of course, they not really friends for real.
And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black Billionaires lunch. Yeah. You understand? Right. And we here together, and we're gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else. That's right. Us, Black excellence. Right here.
Now, guys, listen, this is not adding up, and this is not any type of conspiracy theory. This is me utilizing my common sense. For Jay-Z's attorney to come out and tell us that he don't mess with Diddy like that, there is something that I feel like he is trying to prevent, and he is trying to basically disassociate Jay-Z and make it seem like, in all honesty, I don't know what the lawyer trying to make it seem like, because he's making Jay-Z seem like a liar right now, because we know, the world knows that they were more than friends, more like brothers, really, really close friends. But for him to say that that is not what we saw, it's really given, what are y'all trying to hide here? We were all, you know, hoping that, you know, Jay-Z and everything get figured out, because we do understand that everybody that comes out and says that they are a victim, everybody is not a victim. And they're going to be people that is strictly trying to get them some money. And I just feel like that entire statement just threw a monkey wrench in everything. Jay-Z and Diddy and Beyonce, they have been together, just the three of them. Now, you don't see Jay-Z hanging out with anybody, with his wife, and he shouldn't. But the fact that he hangs out with Diddy with his wife is a clear indication that they have not, they don't, in all honesty, they're not friends. These two are more like family. They definitely have a close relationship, but it makes you wonder what else may be coming out, what else may be out there. Why is Jay-Z's lawyer trying to distance him from Diddy when he could have just said, I mean, he could have said anything but what he stated, because telling us that they're not friends just makes us wonder what else is going on.
Hey everybody, I'm here with a quick story on Jay-Z, his lawyer Alex Spiro, and Diddy. So his lawyer came out today, Jay-Z lawyer, and saying that, you know, Jay-Z is pissed, he's mad. He's mad because there's this young woman, the Jane Doe, that is accusing Jay-Z back when she was 13 at the time, which was about 20-something years ago. She said that Jay-Z, along with Diddy and a female celebrity, watched as they violated her. And she said first it was Jay-Z and then Diddy, but Jay-Z and this other female celebrity watched why Diddy did what he did to her. And when she did an interview with NBC, her story had some holes in it. There was some inconsistencies. But anyway, Alex, Jay-Z lawyer, is asking the judge to just throw this whole thing out. Throw it out. Why? Because this woman is, according to them, she's a liar. She has inconsistencies in her story, and they're 10 toes down. They're saying Jay-Z did nothing. Now, listen, in addition to him saying that, Jay-Z lawyer wanted to claim that, you know, him and Diddy were not friends like that, ever. They were associates in the same industry. And when they was seen together at industry, they was just being friendly towards each other because that's what professionals do. And it reminded me, it took me back. You know, I'm old school, okay? Took me back to that Houdini song. I love that rap group, or you know, whatever their genre was. I loved them when they was out. They had this song saying friends. How many of us have them? Child, let me tell you something. You know, here's the thing. Whatever Diddy did or didn't do, if he did any wrongdoing, he need to pay for that wrongdoing. But these individuals, a lot of them, including Jay-Z, who want to now deny they even was friends with the man, I think it is so messy. But you know what? I hope Diddy's over there in that Metropolitan Detention Center realizing that he probably don't got a friend left in the industry. Friends that he probably helped, friends that was in his face, friends that party with him, even though they want to claim they didn't. He don't have not a friend left in the building. Now, let me see. There was a piece of these lyrics I just wanted to say to you before I show you the lawyer's interview. It says, okay, so he says, and if you ask, you know, I couldn't be much help because a friend, somebody you judge for yourself. Some are okay and they treat you real cool, but some mistake your kindness for being a fool. We like to be with some because they're funny. Others come around when they need some money. So you grow up with some you grow up with around the way, and you're still real close to this very day. Homeboys through the summer, winter, spring, and fall. And then there's some we wish we never knew at all. And I think when it comes to Diddy, a lot of people wish that they never met him, never knew him at all. But my thing is, if you're playing the devil's den, you can't then try to go rewrite history or ask the general public for a refund when you knew when you was playing in the devil's den exactly what you was doing, and you liked the benefits you got. But you know, but you don't like now what's going on, that everybody is exposing this alleged devil for what he is. Now you want to act like, oh no, that's not me. I would never. Let's get into the lawyer's statement. It's really quick, and then I'm going to talk to you. Hold on one second. Let me see. Where do I have this saved? Here we go.
He's upset. He's upset that somebody would be allowed to do this. It would make a mockery of the system like this. He's upset that this distracts and dissuades real victims from coming forward. He's upset that his kids and his family have to deal with this. He's upset. They should be upset.
Will Mr. Carter say anything more specifically about Mr. Combs? He didn't really address him in his statement, but anything since outlets and internet speculation have tried to affiliate him, he didn't really, in his statement, specifically say anything about any of the allegations.
I mean, Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs. They knew each other professionally for a number of years, just like in all professions. People know each other. At the music awards, they support each other. You go to the NBA All-Star game, they support each other. That's just how professions work. There is no closer association between any of them. That's also a matter of fiction. That's all that there is. He doesn't know anything about the charges or allegations against him. He has nothing to do with that case.
He known him over the years.
This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z.
This allegation, let me click out of this. This allegation is from over 20 years ago. So at the very least, if you want to do a low end, he's known him for 2 decades. But let's be clear, these two go back to the 90s at the very least. And you want to tell us they just bumped into each other? You know, I'm not going to go through this long because, you know, this is a debate where people may go with, oh, diva, friends, associates. It's not the same. I think, you know, and I feel like Quinn Emanuel, that's the law firm that Alex is with. I think Quinn Emanuel, that whole law firm, and I think Alice too, very bright, very smart. But I think this was a misstep and a wrong move. Jay-Z and Diddy's friendship timeline, hip hop rivalry, collabs, Diddy's legal troubles. That's somebody you just bumping into and just saying hey to because y'all at the same industry event. Let me back up and say this. Jay-Z has Roc Nation as a company. Jay-Z started, and he gives this party, I want to say after the Grammys or before the Grammys, but whatever, it's associated around the Grammys, his Roc Nation brunch. And not just anybody gets an invite to this Roc Nation brunch. Jay-Z and LL didn't get along over the decades. Okay, Jay-Z just doesn't like LL Cool J. And LL Cool J out of his own mouth said he never got invited to the Roc Nation brunch. And he doesn't understand why. And then he said, maybe I do understand because I said something about him a long time ago. So if you cannot invite somebody because it's something they said a long time ago, but Diddy gets these invites, you got to miss me with the nonsense of like these two were just, you know, people in the industry because they're in the same industry that they kind of waved at each other. So Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs faced ups and downs by building their successful hip hop empires. Okay, let me just pause that. Running in similar industry circles since the 90s when Diddy and Jay-Z launched Bad Boy Records and Rockefeller Records, respectively, in New York City. The pair formed a friendly rivalry as their individual music careers took off. Over the years, the music moguls joined forces, collaborating on several projects together and supporting one another from the mic by praising one another publicly. Their connection came under scrutiny in late 2024. However, when Jay-Z was accused of R in civil lawsuit alongside Diddy. Per NBC News, the accuser, who remained anonymous, was referred to as Jane Doe, was 13 years old when an alleged incident occurred in 2000. Jay-Z called out the heinous accusations in the December 2024 statement. But let's go through their little timeline here. 1996, when Diddy was already known as a music mogul, Jay-Z was finding success with his first album, Reasonable Doubt, which featured the late Biggie Smalls. The Notorious B.I.G. was signed to Diddy's label. 1997, following the unaliving of their mutual friend Smalls, Diddy agreed to collaborate with Jay-Z on his second album, In My Lifetime, Volume 1. They also worked together on the track, Do You Like It? Do You Want It? From Diddy's No Way Out album. That was 1997. 1999, okay, years later, Diddy said he saw Jay-Z filling the space that Smalls and the late Tupac Shakur had left behind. There they are in 1999 together. These are people that Jay-Z lawyer said they just, you know, when they pass by each other, they just say, hey. Jay-Z faced jail time for his role in the stabbing of Lance, okay, at a Kit Kat club in New York. He received a 3-year probation, and Rivera confirmed 2 decades later. 2 decades later, I don't know. So the whole time, Lance, you know, he wasn't sure, I guess. Even though Jay-Z got charged with it and had to do probation, 20 years later, Lance was like, Jay-Z didn't do that to me. Jay-Z was not the guy who actually stabbed me that night. So Jay-Z gave you any money, and how do you give somebody back 3 years probation time? But okay, Lance, that's what Lance said. Diddy, meanwhile, received a 3-year probation for fleeing the scene of a nightclub shooting near Times Square with Jennifer Lopez. Both relieved to escape prison time. The two rappers bonded over their experience. These are two people that Jay-Z lawyer said, I don't know Diddy. You don't know Diddy like that? That's Diddy, Beyonce, Jay-Z. That was in 2004. Beyonce knows they're 19 and Jay-Z 33 at the time, began dating and forming a friendship. The couple and Diddy were often seen attending each other's professional events and enthusing about their mutual success. 2003, Beyonce, now a huge solo artist at the Destiny's Child, this band collaborated with Diddy on the song Summertime. Here it is, September 2005. These two, they donate to Hurricane Katrina. I want to say $1 million. If you look at the check, it says Sean Combs and Sean Carter. But Sean Carter has nothing to do with Sean Combs and don't really know that man. Okay? Who that man, Alex? I don't know Sean Combs. Okay. All right. That's what Jay-Z lawyer said. Diddy and Jay-Z jointly donated $1 million to the Hurricane Katrina Relief Fund, presenting a huge check during a live telethon. If Jay-Z didn't really get down with Diddy like that, donate the money yourself. Donate $500,000 yourself. You don't need to team up with nobody. Let's continue. August 2007, Diddy and Jay-Z performed together at Screamfest, a touring hip-hop festival, and Diddy was filmed slapping Jay-Z twice on the butt. Somebody you ain't really cool with come and smack you on the butt, you good? June 2009, there go Jay-Z and Diddy again. Okay. But they not good. Photos of Diddy partying with Jay-Z and other friends from the music industry were featured on the Rock and Roll Hip Hop exhibition in Hollywood. Diddy spoke on camera about a picture showing the two men talking at one of his birthday parties. I was telling him how much I appreciate him coming, he said, and how much I value our friendship. Well, child, Diddy, you value the friendship, but not Jay-Z. People see us as competitors and different icons in the hip-hop game, but that was just a moment of two Black brothers telling each other how much they appreciate each other. Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, who died in 2018, added with a smile, "We call the picture a secret society. All we ask is trust." Well, Kim, you gone. The trust is gone. It's a mess. I know you looking down from wherever you are and saying, good God Almighty. 2010, Jay-Z and Diddy both top Forbes list of the wealthiest hip-hop artists, asserting their dominance in music and business. They publicly celebrated each other's achievements and were featured high on the list for several years. Look at them in 2016. That look like people that just happen to be bumping into each other and being friendly just because they're in an industry situation. All right, Alex, if you say so. And I want to say that's Kanye West and Kim Kardashian there, right? This was just a little, we bumped into each other? I don't think so. The peer party with stars including Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, and Cassie at the MTV Video Music Awards after party in New York. This is January 2020, just 4 years ago. That looked like y'all not real cool. That picture looked like y'all not real cool. All right. Diddy and Jay-Z toasted their careers at a Black billionaire brunch hosted by Rock Nation. So, all right, but you gonna call a man you don't really know, you don't really hang with, you just wave at an industry event to the brunch that you are hosting. Okay. It's 2020, y'all, and it's different than when it was 2016. Diddy said at the event with Jay-Z nodding along, the game has been elevated. As you know, there has no expense been spared. We had a Black billionaire's lunch year, yes, to understand, right? And we're here together. We're here together and keeping staying together. We're getting tighter and united we stand. You know, Diddy probably was, a little hyped up when he was doing that speech, but it is what it is. Okay. This is done April 2022. The pair that just wave at each other at events happen to be sitting next to each other. Okay. The duo hung out together and posed for photos as they celebrated DJ Khaled being honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. June 2022, Diddy received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2022 BET Awards, and Jay-Z appeared in a video montage paying tribute to his music and his work in music. He is a guy from a neighborhood similar to where I grown up that made it to these unreachable heights. He said, Puff was the first one that came through and made us feel like it was us. And then you know what happened March, December.
Role model.
Listen, guys, y'all chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. What are your thoughts on, I don't know that man? Jay-Z said. His lawyers said they just wave at events because that's what professionals do. Those look like it's a little more than professional to me. They were friends. And it's okay to say, yeah, that was my friend. But all those things my friend or ex-friend is accused of, I didn't know that side of them. And on that note, I cannot associate or continue to associate with somebody that will put their hands on a female or do the things that he's being accused of. Why couldn't he just say that? Anyway, guys, chat with me. I'll chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit
What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and jump right into things. So the first thing I want to talk about is Jamie Foxx. So we know that he had this altercation at Mr. Chow while he was celebrating his birthday, and things went left, and basically someone threw glass and he ended up having to get stitches. So now it's being reported who Jamie Foxx actually had beef with. And it seems as though it was people from the Jack ASS production company, right? So do you guys remember that series? I believe it used to air on MTV called Jack ASS, and they would run around and do obnoxious things to people or themselves. And so that is who Jamie got into a little bit of a spat with, right? Now, according to multiple media publications in regards to this matter, what happened is that Jamie Foxx was sitting at the lower level, chilling with his family and friends. Somebody from the Jack A crew that was upstairs in the VIP section actually pointed a laser down to Jamie Foxx's table. Now, this was no regular laser, guys. This was a very disrespectful laser. So the laser that they pointed to Jamie's table actually projected an image of a peen, and I'm paraphrasing there. So Jamie Foxx was perturbed and upset because his children were at the table, and so he went upstairs to confront the Jack A crew about pointing that image down to their table, and understandably so. Now, reports say that Jamie was very adamant in the position that he took. He went and confronted them and said, yo, I don't find this funny. You guys need to cut it out. Now, come to find out that the VIP section was rented out by Dick House Productions, which is owned and operated by Johnny Knoxville, Jeff Tremaine, and Spike Jonze. Now, it's important to note that Jamie Foxx did not go and confront them alone. His friends did follow to make sure that Jamie was good. Another thing to note is the fact that earlier on that night, members from the Jack A crew sent Jamie a drink, and Jamie declined to drink it, but he accepted it because he says that he's now sober these days. Then the members of the Jack A crew, they tried to get his attention. So the waitress came over and said, hey, Jamie, they're trying to get your attention. They're waving at you. Why don't you wave back? And they were confused about what was going on. Jamie Foxx and his team and family and things of that nature that was sitting at the table, until they saw the laser beam pointing at them, projecting an image of a peen. And so when Jamie and his peoples went to confront them, one of the members actually threw a thick glass and it struck Jamie, and Jamie started out, right? And so Jamie looked at them and said, yo, it's my birthday. What is wrong with you? And so the two crews were pushing back and forth. Things escalated. It was getting physical at times, and it was just a hot mess. Now, the lawyer that represents the Jack A franchise says that they have great respect for Jamie, but the story is inaccurate and unfair. And so after Jamie left to seek medical attention, they're saying that the Jack A crew was still going at Jamie's friends, and it got so out of control that the staff at Mr. Child had to call the police. So it seems as though that Diddy is in the clear. This had nothing to do with him. This is the gist of what transpired last Friday night. Jamie Foxx was just out trying to enjoy his birthday. He didn't know if he would be alive to see it. And then you got people that are pathetic and ignorant playing games like that. Now, the biggest question that I have here is like, who was rolling with Jamie? Like his peoples and team that went up there with him to confront those dudes about being disrespectful? Who was with them? Because I can assure you, if that was me, I wouldn't be the only individual that needed to seek medical attention, because my crew would have handled that. And there would have been other members from that side that would have needed to go to the hospital as well. They would have not left the event unscathed. Trust and believe me. But I will say that this is just an unfortunate situation. Jamie Foxx has had a series of bad luck here recently, and I just hope things get better for him. But anyway, let's move along. And I want to talk about Jaguar Wright, okay? Because Jaguar Wright is finding herself in some hot water. You already had people that didn't believe all of her stories. A lot of people felt, hey, she did have ties to the industry, and so she do know some things, right? But now she's trying to act as if she's going to work with Tony Busby as it pertains to the case dealing with Jay-Z. And she got called out for it by Tony Busby because Tony Busby said, I'm not working with Jaguar Wright. I want you guys to check out this initial video by Jaguar talking to, I guess, a member from Tony Busby's law firm, and then I'll be back.
I know that the attorneys were wanting to speak to you, but I don't think that they knew how to get in touch with you exactly, or they had tried to. And I was just telling your producer, we received an email that everything was encrypted. They didn't say who they were, but they left this phone number.
Oh.
It was pretty informative and a little different than normal, and so I thought I would call, and I'm glad I did. So,
well,
would it be okay if one of our attorneys calls you?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, because the truth is, everything that's happening to your firm has been happening to my life for the past 15 years because of the Carters.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are somewhat familiar with everything that you've said. I know you've been online a long time.
Yes.
Talking about all of this.
Yes,
So,
trying to gain awareness.
Go ahead, ma'am.
No, I said just trying to gain, give the public some awareness.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, so would it be okay if an attorney reached out? And
Absolutely. We can talk on Monday. And you can just, it was lovely speaking with you.
It's very nice speaking to you, too.
Okay.
Okay, so Monday is what to call?
Yeah, it was a call back Monday.
How's the Tony Busby law firm?
I see.
You're being charged with doing stuff with murders. Your alleged son, who you've been avoiding doing DNA tests for over a decade.
Salute.
His mother was a murderer. People are coming forward from Foxy Brown's high school talking about how you regularly picked her up after school, and it was kind of a known fact that was your chick. Wanna know what's funny? 2010, she finally admitted it. Y'all thought I was messing with AZ, and then you thought I was messing, and you thought I had Rick Ross' baby, and you thought it was Nas, and the real Jay-Z.
Why is Jaguar Wright backtracking it all? Look at this. Listen, Jaguar Wright is officially backtracking all the statements that she's been making on the interwebs. You guys, so this all started with an interview that she did live on Storm Monroe's channel. It is still posted to this day. I have looked at it, and I have looked at it. Now, this started because AT2 on YouTube called her out because she stated that Jay-Z had allegedly did some very foul things to her. And now she's saying that she did not say his name, and she clearly said his name. She's also stating that Storm Monroe edited the video with AI to make it look like she was saying something that she isn't saying. She's lying. I was on the live stream. Yo, and what's so crazy about this whole situation? I was rooting for you. Girl, we was all rooting for you. And now you on the internet telling people you didn't say that Sean Carter put pow to your head and didn't strap you to the bed. Girl, what? So earlier this week, she posted on YouTube on a live stream saying that she was talking to someone on the phone from Busby's law firm. So Busby had to come out and say, I am not working with Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright is not a part of my investigation. He had to clear his name up. And now Jaguar Wright is backtracking everything. Girl, I can't believe you did this to us. We was rooting for you simply because a lot of things have went wrong when it comes to your career, and we agree with you on that. But stand 10 toes down on this Jay-Z stuff, well, I guess you can't, because it's not real.
All right, so you guys just saw and heard all of that. Now, I'm going to keep it real with you. I feel so sorry for Jaguar, right? I really do, because something is not right. Now, just because I feel sorry for her doesn't mean that I feel like she should come to the internet and just lie about things, right? And I know that she's pretty factual about some things, but some things do sound far-fetched. But this is the thing about this whole dynamic. Maybe she can't help it. Maybe she can't control it because of mental issues. And I'm saying that with great respect. And listen, I understand that she was a part of the industry at one point in time, and she felt like she was wronged by a lot of people, and she didn't make it to the height that she thought she would. But at some point, you need to turn all of that anger into production and use your platform to create music and try to get yourself above water musically and see if you can become what you thought you should have became back then. But anyway, let's move along, because I briefly want to talk about Sloan Bella. Now, a lot of people who fell in love with Sloan Bella and her content and the fact that she's been spot on for quite some time, a lot of people are starting to shy away from her. I've been sent some things personally from people showcasing who Sloan Bella really is. I'm not going to put out that information because, listen, I believe that Sloan has the right to have an opinion. I believe that she has the right to be who she wants to be. But I don't believe that she has to be nasty and derogatory as some of the things that I've received showcases, right? This woman is not who we think that she is or who y'all think she is. I think that a lot of people look at her prediction and y'all just gloss over the fact that there's some terrible things that Sloan Bella has said. Now, although I'm not going to show those particular receipts today because some of the information needs to be further vetted, some of it is just plain and simple as day because she actually said it. I have the videos and things like that, probably videos you haven't seen before. But I do want to share this with you all because a lot of people seem to think that Sloan Bella is starting to backtrack as it pertains to the things that she said about Jay-Z. So I want you guys to check out these clips and I'll be back.
Jay-Z is going to be taken down right behind Diddy, which is what I heard as a psychic from Kim Porter. You know what I mean? This is what I heard. This is what I heard in my head, which is what you guys asked me to do. I said the timing of when P. Diddy would go down. That's what I heard in my head. What the hell is wrong with saying that? I predicted Trump would win. What is wrong with saying that? I'm not supposed to say predictions. You asked for them. I'm confused. Jay-Z can do whatever he wants. And to the it says that it's defamation. I just said he was going to be outed for behaviors. That's exactly what's happening. I didn't say what the behaviors were. I didn't say any of that. He's a longtime friend of P. Diddy. You figure it out. I don't know what to say. It's a longtime friend of Puff Daddy. You certainly don't think you're going to hang around somebody and not share values with them, do you? You know what? Jay-Z can do whatever he wants. And to the
Nah, you ran your mouth on this app about him and other black people talking about he was going down. Don't try to backtrack now. You and Jaguar, y'all sat up here and stood 10 toes down on what you said. Stay on that. But like I said before, you sit up here and only thing you focus on is black artists. That's all you focus on. But you want to talk about, when you talk about folks, it's nothing dangerous or anything like that. But my thing of it is that you can see everything else. You're a version of Cleo. Because my thing of it is that how you supposedly seeing all this, but you didn't see your son was gonna be passing away. How you didn't see that? Nah, don't try to switch it up now. Nah, I hope he sued the your ass.
Now I want to take the time to read you a few of the comments. Now this person says, sure you did. And then another person says, backtracking much. Then another person says, I still don't believe you. I think you're an agent. Then somebody says, what about Epps list? And then someone says, but he didn't go down. Now, as the constant professional that I am, I don't agree with the sister in the video actually pointing out the fact that her son passed away and Sloan Bella not being able to see that. I thought that that was definitely out of bounds. But a lot of people seem to think that this woman had a valid point when she was addressing Sloan Bella. Now, I'm starting to see a shift in how people view Sloan. I'm just keeping it all the way real. I understand that she has her fans, and I'm not denying that she has a talent from God. But a lot of people are starting to really question her. But I want you guys to really drop down in the comments and let me know, do you feel like Sloan Bella is backtracking here? I don't understand how Jay-Z sues her because she presents herself as a psychic. She is a psychic, right? And so, this is premonition. These are things that she sees and hears from people that are no longer here. Like she said, hey, I got this information from Kim Porter, so how do you sue that? I don't know, but drop down in the comments and let me know how you feel about Sloan Bella in particular. Now, I want to move along and briefly talk about Jay-Z because Jay-Z's lawyer definitely came out and said that Jay-Z really doesn't F with Puffy like that. Now, he didn't say it like that, but you'll see what he said. So check out this clip and I'll be back.
I mean, Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs. They knew each other professionally for a number of years, just like in all professions. People know each other. At the music awards, they support each other. If you go to the NBA All-Star game, they support each other. That's just how professions work. There is no closer association between any of them. That's also a matter of fiction. That's all that there is. He doesn't know anything about the charges or allegations against him. He has nothing to do with that case.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that. And I told you guys when I did a video talking about the nature of Jay-Z and Diddy's relationship and the information that I got from a legendary rapper that Diddy and Jay-Z were never that cool. And as a matter of fact, you remember I read the text message and this particular rapper said that they became cordial in 2005. They couldn't stand one another. And also it was alleged that Diddy wanted to take Jay-Z out in the beginning. So I don't know why people are trying to pin Jay-Z and Diddy like they were buddy. They weren't. They were not buddies like that. Of course, they're from New York. Of course, yeah, Jay-Z been to a Diddy party or Diddy function. Diddy has been to a Jay-Z function. And so they both supported one another based off of the fact that they were two black men who made it out of the slums of New York and became billionaires. And I believe Gene Deal said the same thing. He said that early on, Diddy and Jay-Z didn't like each other. So listen, I'm going to keep it real with you. If I have a legendary rapper, right, from New York that's telling me the nature of Diddy and Jay-Z's relationship, saying that it wasn't all that cool and that it's been rocky here and there, I'm going to run with this particular individual that has been in the hip hop industry because I know that he has his ears close to the streets and he knows a lot. So I don't think that they were friends to the magnitude that people think that they were. Diddy may have felt that Jay-Z was his homeboy, but I don't think that Jay-Z felt the same. And this is why you see the position that Jay-Z is taking right now. He never really rocked with Puff. I believe that there was a lot of settings that they both were in based off of handling business. That's just my true opinion about this. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything that I discussed in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.
And we back with another one.
My bad, y'all. That wasn't supposed to be on.
I mean, this really shouldn't be a surprise, right? Welcome back to the channel again, ladies and gentlemen. Got this article here from Us Magazine. It says Alec Baldwin's brother, Daniel, claims there is a bidding war for alleged tapes from Diddy's freak-offs. Now, I think we already knew that. Maybe they'll go into more detail about who, or I doubt it. They're going to say who, but let's see what we got here. It says Alec Baldwin's brother, Daniel Baldwin, is making allegations about apparent tapes from Sean Diddy Combs' alleged freak-offs and why they might not go public. Right? Daniel, 64, appeared on an episode of the PDB podcast earlier this month and claimed that Diddy, 55, had cameras all over the place during his infamous parties. We already know that. He has videos of these parties, Daniel alleged. What I've heard, which I don't know how much of it is in mainstream media, I don't really follow the story that much, but what I've heard from friends that are attorneys, friends of mine that have represented me before, agents, and so on, is there's a bidding war going on right now. Let's see. He added, they're dividing the price up because if you want your client and your famous actor to not be involved or famous singer to not come out, here's the price. Wow. You know, to hear a celebrity say this, it's one thing when a lawyer talks about it, but to hear a celebrity say it, who, you know, has some inside scoop. He says, Daniel alleged that they're selling those videos to stop names from being revealed. Now, he has all the footage, supposedly. This is what I'm told. Daniel claimed, telling the host Patrick Bet David, okay, PBD podcast. All right. It's going to be really interesting as time goes on. Us Weekly has reached out to Diddy's team for comment. It says, I don't like to say things that I know unless I see it. Okay, Daniel explained, nodding that what went down behind closed doors at Diddy's parties was discussed in Hollywood. There's a duality in it. There were the faces that showed up at the parties or the event that went to the big party, and then there was the late night crowd, he added. The doors got locked up, everyone, and the last 40, 30 people were there. I was never at any of those. According to Daniel, people would be told to leave Diddy parties at a certain time during the evening. But not everybody left. He continued, anyone that wasn't super famous or I'm with him or whatever were exited from the house. You were gone. Details about Diddy's alleged freak-offs were revealed when he was arrested. Yeah, we know that. And we know that. We know that. We know that. Okay, so basically you got a celebrity talking about the bidding war for the tapes. You know, we already heard about allegedly celebrities paying to not have their names mentioned. But when you hear a celebrity talk about his friends that are attorneys, and like, this is when they say the streets are talking, you know, people are, it's starting to go around. I honestly don't know if we'll ever find out more than what we know. I don't know if this is it's either about to get cut off, or it's just about to be an explosion of news that's going to happen. Because it's getting a little weird right now. Weird as far as, you know, them finding these inconsistencies, and, you know, like I feel like with Diddy, that's one thing. I'm talking about everybody else that might have been involved. Will we ever know that? And like I said, you had that one dude, Larry Johnson, the ex-football player, said he was there, and he said he saw kids there, and he said he got up out of there. So I'm just wondering, when he left, who stayed? What other celebrities were there, and what else went down? You know, then you go to that Justin Bieber Yummy video, and it kind of is showing, taking you on a look inside what goes down. So again, I know a lot of these celebrities are just really, really, really trying to get access to those tapes, because it could ruin their careers, their but it's like, will it though? Because I feel like there has been things that have came out about celebrities, and people still end up supporting them as if the stuff never happened. So it's almost like, what would it take for a celebrity to do for people to really stop supporting them? You know, that's what I talked about. When you idolize these people, man. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens with this, or we won't see, because if they're buying the tapes, then what the hell are we gonna know? Ah, man. But, you know, for him to come out and say that, that's pretty bold. Because I feel like when you're a celebrity, you're part of this club, and you normally don't see nobody mention things like this.
What's up, you guys? So it's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with a new video. In this video, I wanted to talk about legendary actress Sanaa Lathan, an actress we all know and love. There is a video resurfacing of her from 2015 in the backseat of a car with Diddy and French Montana. And people have so many questions. Back when it was posted in 2015, people thought she was just having a fun night out. Maybe she's dating French Montana. It didn't look as creepy as it does now. Looking at the video now, a lot of people have a lot of questions, because in the video, Sanaa Lathan is disheveled. Like, we always see Sanaa Lathan very presentable, hair always together, makeup always together. She always looks presentable. But in this video, she looks disheveled, and you hear audio of her asking, are you going to post this? So it has people wondering, was Sanaa Lathan a victim of Diddy and French Montana in this video? Like, is she tipsy in the video because she wants to be tipsy? Maybe she was just having a fun night out. Or is she tipsy? Is there something else going on? Was there consent involved in what's ever going on in this video? That's what people are wondering. So we're going to get into that in this video. And we're also going to get into Sanaa Lathan, once again, talking about trauma that she's experienced in her life. So first, if you're watching this video and you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And I have to say shout out to my new subscribers. I feel like I was at a plateau for years. I was at 300,000 something subscribers, but YouTube basically forced me to reformat my channel. And I feel like it's paying off because the channel is starting to grow again. So I appreciate y'all's support. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and get us to 400,000 subscribers in the next 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks to get to 400,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers a week is what we're trying to do. All right, in this video, I can't actually play the sound from this video because it's a song playing, but this was posted on the Shade Room July 19, 2015. And they put hashtag press play late night for Diddy, French Montana, and Sanaa Lathan with some question marks. So there's really like no caption, like nobody knows what's going on. But if you hear the audio, you hear her saying, "Are you going to post this?" And you can see in the video that she looks disheveled. Normally we see her very put together, but in this video, you can see like her hair is disheveled. You see French Montana, but you see Diddy laughing like a demon. Look at Diddy. Look at Diddy. Look at where he laughs. Like got her, like he got Sanaa Lathan on camera. And that's the thing. It's so devilish. It's so devilish. But even a woman like Sanaa Lathan is vulnerable. Even though she has money, she seems to be doing well in her career, she's still vulnerable because she has a reputation to protect. And when you see him laugh like that, it's almost like, you know, I got her, like I'm ruining her reputation. I got Sanaa Lathan in the back of the car with me, and I'm ruining her reputation. Like that devilish laugh of Diddy's, it looks different now. It looks different now. Shout out to T the Goddess IG. In this video, you see her, it looks like she's in a nightclub with Diddy and French Montana. And then later you see her in the back of the car with them. But I just want to show y'all her in the nightclub with them. And you can see she looks out of it. She looks very out of it. So like I said, that goes back to questions of consent. Like, was she just, you know, drinking her drink and just a little tipsy, or was something in her drink? Like, it goes back to what's really going on here. Like, why does Sanaa Lathan look disheveled? Why is her hair a mess in the club? Why is she looking like she's looking when she's Sanaa Lathan? Was this by her choice? And another reason this makes me question, you know, if this was by choice is because, you know, she talks about trauma. If you follow her on Instagram and just in the media, she talks about trauma, like she doesn't drink anymore. And she's on her Instagram, like practicing breathing, like learning how to breathe again. And when she talks about all this trauma, it kind of makes you wonder if some of the trauma had to do with her time with French Montana. Now, according to reports, she and French Montana were reportedly in a relationship, or at least dating. They dated from around July 2015 to May 2016, so for about a year. And they were relatively quiet about their relationship status, but they were seen together often enough that it sparked widespread speculation. And Andy Cohen actually even asked Sanaa Lathan on Watch What Happens Live. I believe this might have been her only appearance on Watch What Happens Live. He asked her, was she dating French Montana?
Sanaa, Lila M wants to know, can you 100% confirm or deny that you dated French Montana?
Well, you know what? We hung out for a minute. I don't know if I would call it dating, but he's a great guy, nice guy. I'm
good.
single and ready to mingle.
All right. Well,
Remember that phrase? Single and ready to mingle?
I love it. Probably not for too long, I can imagine. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
So she handled that well, basically, you know, trying to say, well, if I'm not dating him now and I'm single, ready to mingle, kind of trying to change the topic. So she handled that well, but you heard she said that they were hanging out. She wouldn't call it dating, but they were hanging out. And who knows what happened. But we do know that she experienced trauma in her life because she's mentioned that in interviews that she has experienced trauma. And I'm going to get into her Instagram, where she's on Instagram trying to practice breathing and learning how to breathe again because of her trauma. But she said a few years ago that she had stopped drinking. She said, I stopped drinking about 3 years ago. That was in 2021. She said, alcohol was not going well with me physically, just it was not working anymore. It affects everything. And that's part of the reason why I stopped. Because even if you're going out a couple of times a week and you're drinking, it's starting to affect me throughout the week. It wouldn't be necessarily a hangover, but it definitely dimmed my energy. I didn't feel as good. It was affecting anxiety. And when she says dim her energy, I've seen another interview where she said basically she couldn't handle a lot of the things that she wanted to handle as far as like directing, producing movies and things to that effect. She couldn't really handle it because her energy was dim. That's what she means by that. She said, I grew up with a mother who taught me about meditation, so I did it on and off. The reason I came to this practice was several years ago. I went through a lot of trauma. I had a best friend who passed away suddenly. She wasn't sick. It was completely unexpected. I didn't process it. I was in a shock type of situation. And they say on top of suddenly losing her best friend, Sanaa Lathan says she was also dealing with more trauma all at once that eventually led to panic attacks. So they don't list exactly what that trauma was, but then when you go back and you see those videos of her and Diddy, it just kind of makes you wonder if that was part of the trauma, her, Diddy, and French Montana. She said, quote, I didn't process it and just kept on being the strong girl, being a strong woman. And then several months later, I started having panic attacks. I didn't know what a panic attack was. Little did I know that it's a real thing. I would get 3 to 5 a day, even if I was happy. That's a lot. That's a lot. And it makes you wonder what this trauma is from. If it's not just her best friend passing away, what is the other trauma? She said, I went to the doctor and he was like, this is a result of trauma that you did not process correctly. It's when your body, it's handling it. There's medications, but you can try holistic things first. And so as far as holistic things, she said that's when she started doing meditation because that's something that she learned from her mother. And so whenever you go to Sanaa Lathan's Instagram, you see her meditating. You see her meditating and breathing.
In the world, whether it's the relationships, your personal relationships, your family, your spouse, your partner, people at work, this seems to be a time of high tensions. And this is just one of the many ways to kind of channel the frustration. So when I was a teenager, my mother, whenever I'd get upset, she'd be like, go in your room and scream into the pillow. And I would just be so annoyed by it, but I would do it. And without fail, I would feel better. There would be some kind of sense of relief. My mother knew the importance of getting stuck emotions out. And unexpressed emotions over time can lead to all kinds of dysfunctions in the body, physical and mental. So anyway, this is called scream therapy, and it's kind of fun. At home, you go into a room and you just take a pillow and you scream your heart out. You'd be surprised at how getting out those pent-up emotions, even just by doing this exercise, makes you feel better on the body to express these things as opposed to keeping them in. Extra credit if you want to punch the pillow. That's right. Go all in. Because I know there's days screaming won't be enough. You just want to punch that pillow. Get that pillow and go crazy. Go all the way crazy. Punch it, scream into it. It might turn into other kind of emotions. You might get even angrier. Just keep going, keep going. You might start to cry. You might start to laugh at how silly you look. But whatever it does, it's going to break up that stuckness. And that's what we want to do, is always break up and release emotions. That's especially when things are really stressful. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll put
So I want to share this with you. If you go to her Instagram, you'll see a lot of these exercises. I wanted to share this specific one because when I was prepping for this video last night and I saw this one, I was like, I really need to do this for myself. I practiced this last night, this scream therapy. I did it myself last night. So I want to share it with you all. But also, I just wanted to share that, Sanaa Lathan is being open, that she's experienced some type of trauma in her life in addition to her best friend. And we don't know. We don't know if it had to do with Diddy and French Montana, but we do know that we hear her in that video asking, are you going to post this? And we see that it's somewhat of an embarrassing video. So y'all leave a comment and y'all share your thoughts about it. And I also wanted to share with y'all my
Diddy Combs being locked up hasn't stopped the tidal wave of lawsuits accusing the embattled mogul of sexual assault. Since his September arrest, the Bad Boy Records founder has been slapped with around 24 civil lawsuits, 20 of which have been filed by Texas-based attorney Tony Busby. When Busby first made the stunning announcement, he proudly shared his firm vetted more than 100 people, each with allegations against the mogul. But in a new interview, he's revealing that number is likely tripled. Busby spoke with the BBC and said his team has received more than 3,000 calls since he held his news conference back in October. He told the British outlet Combs could face around 300 legal cases. Busby said an equal number of women and men came forward to accuse the producer of sexual misconduct. And like many of the lawsuits Combs already faces, Busby said the accusations his firm is looking into spanned over the last 20 years. The Texas attorney has issued 20 lawsuits from men and women, including minors at the time of the alleged sexual assaults. And while he threw out that large number of 300, he realistically said the final number of lawsuits could still total around 100 to 150, meaning we could see more than 100 new cases being filed. Busby said the other cases likely won't make it to the court because the time limit on filing the suits expired in certain states. Busby's claims have been slammed by the mogul's attorneys, as they claim it's a shameless publicity stunt essentially for money. Combs' legal team has always denied the allegations, saying, quote, as his legal team has said before, Mr. Combs has full confidence in the facts and the integrity of the judicial process. In court, the truth will prevail that Mr. Combs never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. And while Combs has pleaded not guilty to federal charges of sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution, 3 different federal judges ruled to keep the Bad Boy Records founder in federal detention until his trial in May. But the attorney for many of Combs' accusers also has been in the crosshairs with another famous face with long ties to Combs. Last month, Busby was sued by an anonymous high-profile celebrity accusing the lawyer of extorting him. The John Doe claimed Busby and his law firm attempted to extort money from him, or else Busby's firm was going to publicly file horrific allegations against him. The plaintiff claimed Busby threatened to unleash entirely fabricated and malicious allegations of sexual assault, including multiple instances of rape of a minor, both male and female, if he refused to comply with their demands. The suit says Busby sent John Doe multiple confidential written demands, repeating the same fabricated allegations unless plaintiff agreed to resolve the matters through mediation for money. Doe at the time claimed the allegations were false, and Busby's threats would tarnish his reputation, subject him to public scorn and condemnation, and the fallout would irreparably harm his personal and professional life, destroy his career and legacy. Then Busby in turn sued the law firm representing the once anonymous A-lister. That mystery celeb turned out to be rapper and entrepreneur Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z. Busby sued the law firm representing him, claiming they hired henchmen to fish for claims to bring against him, which they say is a clear violation of Texas law. I want to quickly thank our amazing sponsors who help us bring you these stories. And I want to highlight a great one, and that's Upside. Upside is a free app that gets you cash back on daily essentials like gas, groceries, and restaurants. Sometimes I only have time for a quick lunch break, but then there are times I can have a nice sit down at a restaurant, and guess what? I can 9 Problems rapper raped a 13-year-old along with Diddy in 2000. When that lawsuit was originally filed, a Jane Doe claimed Combs raped her with another male celebrity while another female celebrity watched. Originally, the 2 unnamed celebs were just known as Celebrity A and Celebrity B. Then in the amended complaint, Celebrity A was named as Sean Carter, but Celebrity B still remains a mystery. Jay-Z issued a ferocious response to being named in the lawsuit, writing in part, quote, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case." This lawyer, who I've done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. I have no idea how you come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you that I have seen your kind many times over. I am more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. He continued by writing, quote, "My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain." But Busby fired back, writing, quote, "Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. He filed his frivolous case under a pseudonym. What he fails to say in his recent statement is my firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of an alleged victim, and that victim never demanded a penny from him and said she only sought a confidential mediation. Since I sent the letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite impact. She is emboldened. I'm very proud of her resolve. As far as the allegations in the complaint filed, we will let the filing speak for itself and will litigate the fact in court, not in the media." And while the Brooklyn native and the Texas native are in their own heated legal battle, Jay-Z's friend Combs continues to be hit with more civil lawsuits from attorneys other than Busby. On Thursday, 3 men filed 3 different lawsuits anonymously accusing the embattled mogul of rape. These suits were brought on by attorney Thomas Geifra. One of the men claimed he was an errand boy for Combs' Bad Boy Records. He claims Combs raped him in February of 2020 at the Intercontinental Hotel in Times Square. Another John Doe claimed he was drugged and raped in 2019 at an after party at the Park Hyatt Hotel. He claimed when he had a brief moment of consciousness, he saw a man and woman sitting on the bed recording the rape on camera. Meanwhile, the alleged third victim claimed the Bad Boy Records founder and his associates took turns raping him in the summer of 2020 at Combs' Hamptons home. And Combs' attorneys denied the most recent claims in a statement saying, quote, "These complaints are full of lies. We will prove them false and seek sanctions against every unethical lawyer who filed fictional claims against him." Well, the lawsuits continue to mount against Sean Diddy Combs, even though he's still behind bars, and a ton of them are being brought on by Texas-based attorney Tony Busby. But I'm joined now by Palm Beach State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg. Dave, it's always great to see you, and thank you so much for joining me today. What do you make of Busby's statements that Combs could face 300 legal cases?
You know, Busby's a guy you don't want to mess around with because he keeps backing up his claims. He has over 100 different alleged victims who have stepped forward. And in contrast to others who seem to be intimidated by Diddy, Busby is fearless. And even though I've been told he's been getting a bunch of threats, and that's not surprising considering who he's going after, he is just relentless and pushing forward. And I would bet the feds are paying attention. So far, the federal government in their prosecution has not added any of Busby's claims. There has not been a superseding indictment. There's not been additional victims in the indictment, but I think that could change at some point. You could see a superseding indictment as a result of what Busby is coming up with.
And are you surprised we haven't seen that superseding indictment? Because prosecutors have been kind of like touting that a little bit, that it could come soon, but it hasn't come just yet, and we're already in December.
Yeah, correct. But the trial is set for May 5th. I still believe that seems a little early, but even if it does go on May 5th as planned, I still expect to see a superseding indictment. Prosecutors take Christmas holidays too, and maybe it's the holiday season, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, and then they'll come forward with the indictment, because I just think with all the new allegations out there, that perhaps we'll see additional counts, perhaps we'll see additional victims, perhaps we'll see additional defendants, especially now with the news of Jay-Z. Not to say he would be included as a defendant, but there are a lot of new names floating around, and perhaps that will become part of a superseding indictment. Now, to me, the interesting part of the original indictment is that there's only one named victim when it comes to the most serious count of sex trafficking, and that's Cassie. And even she was not named by name. It was victim number one or individual number one. I think that could change in the near future.
Yeah, and as we continue to learn more, obviously more stuff has been coming out even since, the last few months that he's been behind bars. But back in October, and Combs was behind bars at that point, Busby did have a press conference saying that he's been receiving more than 3,000 calls to his law firm. Why do you think more alleged victims are coming forward now? Do you think it has to do with Combs being actually detained at this point? Or do you think because of the mounting pressure that he's been getting, a lot more victims are feeling more comfortable coming forward with their claims against the mogul?
I think it's definitely related to the fact that Combs has been behind bars in pretrial detention. I think that's one of the reasons why the government wanted Diddy to stay behind bars. Although it's legitimate that he's a flight risk and he poses a threat to the community, and the fact that he has allegedly engaged in witness tampering already. But I think the prosecutors also have as a motivation that they want victims to come forward, because after so many years of fear, of intimidation, of silence being the enemy, all of a sudden people are starting to step forward. And once some do, then others see the coast is clear, we can come forward as well. And there is a much lower risk of reprisals from Diddy because he's locked up. So I think you'll see more. And you have an aggressive lawyer like Tony Busby out there encouraging it. So this is the perfect storm against Diddy. I think, yes, I think more people will come forward. And I think it is a direct relation to Diddy being behind bars.
And in your opinion, does any part of you think that Busby might be a little overzealous in the amount of legal claims that he is filing against Combs right now, especially given that large number, excuse me. Do you think that he's being overzealous at all? How does a law firm go about verifying each and every single claim made in a lawsuit?
Every firm is different, and he doesn't want to ruin his reputation by putting forward fake information. On the other hand, in a case like this where there's so many people coming forward, could some of them be exaggerated? Could some of them be false? Sure. But is everyone lying? I would say not. I mean, it's hard to believe that more than 100 people with similar stories are lying. So even if some are exaggerating or not telling the truth, I think just the overwhelming number of individuals provide corroboration for each other. I think the real test also will be whether the government uses some of these individuals at the trial. They don't have to use them as victims. There's some statute of limitations issues, but you can still use them as what we call Williams rule here in Florida. Other states have different names for it. You saw it in the Harvey Weinstein case where it actually came back to bite the government, where you can bring up prior bad acts, but you can't prove propensity. You can't use it to prove that, well, he's a bad guy, so he did it. You got to show like an MO, a pattern. And if these other acts are so similar to the actions he's alleged in this indictment, then yes, you could probably bring them in.
And I want to go back to a point you had made earlier in our discussion, kind of about Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z. What do you make of the back and forth between Jay-Z and Busby? Jay-Z is claiming Busby is extorting him. Meanwhile, Busby claims that the law firm representing Jay-Z is harassing former clients, co-counsel, even Busby's family. What do you kind of make of the back and forth between this, powerful man who has not been criminally charged? I do want to say that there. But what do you make of the back and forth between the two?
Lawyers are given leeway when it comes to demand letters to try to settle things in advance. It's not extortion when you say, we have this claim against you, we want to meet with you to discuss it. Now, Jay-Z is saying, you demanded money. Busby is saying, no, I did not ask for money. We asked for a conference, a mediation. And there's nothing wrong with trying to mediate something before a lawsuit is filed. Now, what the truth is about what the discussions were, I don't know all the specifics. But if Busby crossed that line, he's risking everything, his professional license, perhaps his future freedom. And an experienced lawyer like he is, I would suspect he's doing things within the law. And you have an individual in Jay-Z who's not used to being called out like this. He's had a good reputation up to this point, and he is fighting back with everything he has. But he's meeting quite a foe in Tony Busby, who does not seem to be moved, intimidated, or starry-eyed with the people he has taken on.
And it was interesting too, because even the latest batch of lawsuits, because you had talked about a pattern as well too. The latest batch of lawsuits that came out just yesterday, those were 3 men who alleged that Combs had drugged and raped them in different areas or different places in the United States. But those were brought on by a completely different attorney other than Tony Busby, which to me was a little surprising given that Tony Busby has been kind of just pushing out these lawsuits. But what do you make of just this pattern that we're seeing from different alleged victims in these cases, from different attorneys all across the United States?
You know, there is a financial incentive for attorneys to put forward these allegations because you're dealing with defendants with very deep pockets. But that's not to say that the allegations are false. It just provides an incentive for lawyers to speak up and file these things. And actually, they need that incentive because otherwise the victims would have no voice because already they've been intimidated over the years, allegedly. And now you have a cascade of people coming together saying the same thing. And so it provides corroboration for each other, provides courage for each other. And then you add to that a lawyer who, yes, maybe they're trying to do the right thing, but maybe they're also motivated financially. Whatever their motivation, they're giving these alleged victims a voice that they previously did not have.
What do you make of the recent batch of lawsuits that have just come out as some of those allegations stem from around 2020, even 2022? Why do you think the alleged victims in those cases didn't go to the police?
I think because they were scared. I think you see that a lot. When it comes to sexual assault, it is an underreported crime. Domestic violence, an underreported crime, especially when you're dealing with high-profile celebrities who have a lot of power, a lot of money, a lot of connections, and they likely have felt that you can't fight this and it's better to stay quiet rather than have your own reputation ruined. So now they're coming forward, there's safety in numbers, and at least one of the individuals involved here is behind bars. So I'm not surprised they're coming forward. Plus, they needed someone like a Tony Busby with his aggressive style, with his fearlessness to stand with them. And that's what's happening.
All right, Dave Ehrenberg, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Before we sign you off, though, is there any point that you believe that these lawsuits, all of them, will get litigated?
There's an inherent conflict here because when it comes to prosecutors, they don't love that there's civil lawsuits going on at the same time. And so that makes it a little less likely that they're going to use those victims, those plaintiffs in the civil lawsuits as victims in the criminal cases because they can be impeached on the stand saying, hey, you're doing this because you want money. And there's also an ongoing civil lawsuit that has depositions and you could have conflicting statements under oath with the civil case compared to the criminal case. So there are risks whenever there is a civil case going on at the same time. So as far as when this is going to end, it's hard to say. The criminal case will end first because the trial is set for May 5th. That's super fast. And civil cases, especially we're dealing with with defendants who are reluctant to settle because they're facing all this stuff criminally, they may drag everything out. And so when it comes to the civil case, I think that's going to end well after the criminal case is over.
All right, Dave Ehrenberg.
Coffee. Follow me.